Hey, I'm Jim Richards. Hope you're doing great today. You know what? I've got a great message I want to share with you. It's going to be so encouraging. You know, it's interesting, though, before we jump into all the other stuff, it's interesting to note how many times people come in for counseling like, this person's trying to make me look bad. It's like, well, what do you mean they're trying to make you look bad? And well, they disagreed with me. They had a different opinion than me. They tried to make me look like I didn't know what I was talking about. Well, you know what? Interesting thing, of all the people in all of existence that could say that people are trying to make me look bad, the number one person that can say that is God, because people are constantly saying my opinion is better than God's opinion. Basically, they're saying I'm smarter than God, I'm nicer than God, I'm more merciful than God, I'm kinder than God. I know you're saying nobody says that. Well, no, we say that every time God's word clearly tells us how to handle a situation and we do something different. We are actually declaring, I'm smarter than God, I'm nicer than God, I'm more merciful than God. I trust my opinion more than I trust God. Now that's an amazing thing to think about, that most of the world is really thinking that way, but that's why the world is in the mess that it's in right now. And so, Job faced this situation. I always tell people Job is one of the most misquoted books in the Bible, because not so much because people quote the verses wrong, but because people lift the verses out of context. Job and his friends, they rambled around for about 38 chapters and argued over who was right and who was wrong. And Job was trying to justify himself. And Job was saying, I don't know why God's doing this to me. And Job's friends were saying, well, evidently God hates you and is mad at you. Go ahead and curse him and die. And all of this kind of foolishness. It's amazing how many times you hear, like, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. That was Job saying, well, I don't know why God's taking this stuff away from me. That's not what the Bible means. This is what God says about himself. This was just a record of people and their justifications for what was going wrong in their life. But it's amazing, when God starts talking, God asked Job a question straight up. He said, are you willing to annul my justice? Are you willing to go against me just so, and condemn me just so you can make yourself look right? Well, you know what? That's what the whole world is doing. You can have peace in your life no matter what everybody else does. You can live in justice and treat people fairly and reap the benefits of that in your relationships. And God's word will show you how to do it, because really every commandment, everything God ever said is based on walking in love. And God will show you how to walk in love, how to be just and how to be fair, and how to a way to have peace in your life, and really a way to bring peace to our nation and to the world. You know something? If you're interested in discovering more about how just and fair and kind and loving God is, be sure and click the subscribe button below. I'll pop an email this Thursday with a link to a short message. And the message is called, I Think I'm Nicer Than God. And, it's short, it's going to be right to the point. And I'll tell you, it's going to be eye-opening for you to realize how many places we think we're nicer, kinder, fair, more merciful than God, and how that always messes up our life, and how we can turn all that around in just a minute. So be sure and click below, and I'll see you this Thursday. But also, let me mention, I have a free book out right now that you can go to impactministries.com, or you can go to drjimrichards.com and download my newest book. It's called The Wisdom of God for a Fair and Just World. I'm telling you what, it's an eye-opener. It's going to help you understand what's going on in the world and how to solve it. So be sure and check it all out, and I'll talk to you Thursday.